Hello friends, do you want to learn how to get the summary of the data from two different files into one pivot table and add the KPI of the goal, whether the goal is achieved or not, using the power pivot? If that is the case, stay tuned in this video till the end because today we are going to learn very important and very useful function, that is a power pivot. And in power pivot also we are going to combine two files, data from the two files, like here we have sales data and sales people's data, and that we are going to summarize into a single pivot table. We are going to add this graphics whether the target or the goal is achieved or not, or is very below the minimum requirement. That also we are going to show using these graphics. If you see here, I have combined two different tables here. One is sales data and salesperson data, but I can play with around it and make a summary the way I want it. So stay tuned because today is going to be a very useful video. Those who want to learn advanced Excel using Power Pivot. There will be multiple videos on Power Pivot. So don't forget to subscribe this channel. So let us go ahead and learn how to combine two data into one single pivot table, and that too using KPIs. First of all, let us see how to use the Power Pivot. So for using Power Pivot, we have here Power Pivot as a new tile here, Power Pivot. How do you get that Power Pivot? Simply, I will just tell you in brief. So go to File and then Options, and then we have add-ins here. In add-ins, you will get here Excel add-ins, and then we have here Com add-ins. And then if you say go, you will see here Power Pivot, because I have already added the Power Pivot. It is already ticked. So if it is you want to add, just click on that Power Pivot icon and then say add, and you will be able to see the Power Pivot icon over here. So here, let us first of all see our data. What is our data? So here we have sales data, that file, the sales data, and then we have order date, order ship mode. Then we have salesperson's ID, salesperson ID, and salesperson's name. So these are the unique values. These are not unique values in this particular file, but because one salesperson can sell multiple products, and these products are segmented like home, office, consumer, etc. And this is a product ID. This is a category: furniture, office supplies, technologies, etc. And these are their subcategories. And this is the total sales in that particular subcategory that this particular uh, salesperson is making. So this is our basic data, including the quantity. This is the first data file that we have. The second data file that we have are the details of the salesperson. So from where he is coming, his name, and the other details are there in that file. This is the file that we have, where we have salesperson's ID, his name, and his region. So this is the data, that is basic data. Now in this file, these IDs are unique IDs. There is no duplication in this file. But this file also contains the salesperson ID and salesperson name. So if this file doesn't contain salesperson's name, we can use this as a common ID. So the one first thing for Power Pivot to create, that means the combining the two datas from two different files or two different tabs also. The first condition is that we should have something unique ID, some ID which is there in the two different files or two different data sets. Here we have person's ID and person's name, both are there in this file. So that is the first condition. This is the region which is not there in this particular data set, that is sales data set, which is there in the salesperson's data set. So that means what? We can create the pivot table using this region and using this data which is there in two different files. Don't get confused. We are going to explain everything. So just listen and just stay attentive, and it will be very easy and fun for you to learn this Power Pivot. Very important. So first of all, what we are going to do, we are going to go into Power Pivot, And in this file, first of all, I will close this file now. The second one, the only file that I kept open is this one. Now in this particular file, I will go to Power Pivot, and then I will say add to the data model. Add to data model. Now this is, now if you see here now, I have my own file. The first file is open, and I have my this data model also. Now this is a data model, it's not an Excel sheet. I can add here, I can do some calculations based upon my data also here, but that is not a topic for the day. We'll take it in a different video. So first of all, what we have is this data that we have created a data model. That is first one. Now we want to add the data from the other file. Which is the other file? Salesperson's details, where we have names, ID, and region of these people who are making the sales, the salespeople. We need to add that into this data model, and then we need to combine, and then we need to prepare the pivot table. So these are the steps that we need to follow. How do we add the other files data? We simply need to go to the uh, get external data in this particular tab. Now here we have existing connections, then we have from other sources and from the databases. So here we'll go to other sources because we have the Excel file. We can the beauty of this Power Pivot is that we can import the data from different data sources, that is SQL, Azure, and other data sources also. But now we have Excel file. So I will scroll down at the bottom, click on Excel file, say next. Here we have connection name as Excel, that is good. Then we have here path. We need to give the path. It's very familiar to us. We go to that particular folder, that particular file that we want to import, because we already have sales data. We want to import salesperson's details, the other file, and say okay. Use the first row as column headers. Make sure that you tick this, and then say next. We have this, and then say finish. We have the successfully imported this data where we have 18 rows in that particular file, and say close. Now you will see that in this data model, now this is a data model where we have table 1 and the next is salesperson's data. This is the second file, this is the first file. So I will rename this as a sales data because this is coming from sales data file. Here we have the data from this file, salesperson details, and here we have sales data. Now this is the first step that we have done. We have imported the data into data model. Now there is no connection between these two data sets. We need to establish the connection. For that, we'll go to the diagram view. Diagram view. In the diagram view, we get all the columns from the first uh, sheet for first data set and the second data set. Now we have seen that there is a common between two data sets. What is common? Is a customer is a sales ID, salesperson's ID, salesperson name and salesperson. For now, we are going to use salesperson ID in the both the files. So this is and these are same. Make sure that at least one file will have the unique ID, then only you can establish the connections. Now we have established this connection. If you see here, the line goes and you can see one and asterisk marks on this. That means what? It is a one as to many connection. That means what? In this particular data set where we have salesperson data, one salesperson's ID can be linked to the multiple salesperson ID because we have multiple salesperson IDs here. Is that this IDs are not unique because one salesperson is making n number of sales and selling multiple products. That is the reason that particular sales ID is appearing, salesperson ID is appearing multiple times. So one as to many. So this is done. We can come here to data view again. Now here we need to uh, add some measures. That means we need to create a KPI, and for that we need a sales, total sales over here, sum of the total sales. For that we have the auto sum here. So we want the sum of the total sales, sum of the quantity. If you want to use that as a sum, you can use that. That is the reason I will add here auto sum. So just click on the auto sum. Then you will see here sum of sales. We'll just expand this. So here we have got the total sales here. Similarly, I will go here and add total quantity. You can see here total quantities also has been added. So these are the measures basically, which are the functions. So these steps we have done. Why we have added this as a total sales? Because we want to create a KPI based upon the sales. That is the reason we have added this. Of course, in this data model also you can add some calculations here. So the one this is done, I will close this data model file. This is a data model basically. So we have created a data model. We have imported the data. We have created the connections. We have added the measures. That means the sum of the sales and quantity. Now this is done. Now let us go ahead and put the pivot chart. We all know the pivot chart shortcut is Alt DP. I have made some videos on pivot tables, many videos. You can go there and learn the pivot table basics if you want to. But that particular shortcut we are not going to use because we want to create the pivot table based upon the data models and not the normal pivot table. So for that we need to go to insert and then pivot table. This is important. Insert pivot table, not the shortcut that we are going to use. From where we are going to create the pivot table, not from the data range, from the data model. Insert pivot table from the data model. Where I want to create, let us say go ahead and create a new worksheet. Okay, now if you see here, I have here the data from two tables. One is sales data and one is salesperson's data. Now I can create a pivot table. Say I want to create a pivot one field. I will take it from here, or I'll take the name itself. It will be better. So these are the names of the salespeople that they have done the sales. Now I will take the sales from here. So these are the total sales done by each person. You can, of course, if you want to segregate this as per the segment wise, that also you can do. You can do as per your, but for the simple understanding, I'm just taking sales and salesperson. Now you will say that this particular pivot can also be created using a single data source. That means this one, sales data, because it has salesperson name also. But if there is no salesperson name and only salesperson IDs are there, which we have linked, salesperson in name is not there in this particular data set, then also you can take a salesperson name from this database and total sales from this. So that is what I wanted to show. Or you can take the region also from here and total sales. So region is not appearing in this first data sets. It is appearing only second data set, but sales is appearing in first data set, which is not appearing in the second data set. So this is the beauty of the Power Pivot, linking the two tables, getting the summary from the data from two different files together. So that is what I wanted to show. So let us, for now, let us uh, get back to sales person's name. So name wise, simple data, name wise, total sales that they have done. Now I want to put the KPI. KPI means key performance indicators, that their target, how much was it and how much they have achieved, and that I want to show using the graphics. So here I will go to Power Pivot again and I will put the KPI. If you see here KPI and put the new KPI. Okay, where you want to create sum of sales or sum of the quantity, because we have created two measures, you remember these measures that we have created. Okay, auto sum, if you remember, we have created sum of sales. So based on sales only I want to create measure. I will put it on a absolute value. Absolute value. No, this is the goal that I want to give to them. What was our target? Okay, so let us say as per the numbers, let us say the target was 500. Okay, 500 was the target. Some of them have achieved. From this data we can see that some of them are way behind the target. So the way behind the target, I will set that limit to say 200. Let us see, it is 200 only. The people who are way behind the target, and people between 200 to 500, let us show them in yellow. below 200, let us show them in red, and those who achieve the target of 500, let us show them beyond 500, that is green, and say okay. You will see here we have got -1 0, but we want do not want that. We want to show in a some graphics, okay, that the graphics that we have chosen. So if you see, the field is being added here, some of the cells, okay. Just expand that field and you will see that status is there. So just unclick that. If you want to include the goal, that a target that we have set, that is 500, and then click on the status again. Now you will see that that particular graphic which we have chosen is being added. Those who have achieved this 500, okay, here they are shown in green. Way below 500, that means the 200 mark benchmark that we have kept for the red, that is coming here red, that is 161, and those who have achieved beyond 500, these are shown in the green. And now if I remove this one salesperson name and if I put region here, then what happens? Then also my KPI remains as it is, and the criteria also remains as it is. Above 200, 200 to 500, it shows in yellow, and because this is a total sales for each region, most of them have achieved more than 500 for region, for that particular region. So you can play around with this data for the summary that you want to create, and this will be very very useful. So this is a simple use of a power pivot. I hope you all learned something new. This is very useful in advanced Excel. We are going to learn many more things about the power pivot. So don't forget to subscribe to this channel and stay tuned for the next video. Thank you very much and have a great day ahead and have a great career ahead.